Hey, welcome to my journey, my frugal journey. Ignore the steaming canner pot. I just really want to get this filmed and go sit down and not worry about it. So, what you're here for today is a canning video. Green tomato salsa. Now, I don't have my helper with me. She's having some car issues, so she couldn't get here. I told her, no worries, I can do it. The longest thing was peeling the tomatoes, and that really didn't take that. It took a while, but not as, it took a long time, but not as long as you might think. There. So what I did was triple the recipe, because I got to thinking, and it made more than what it said. I'll have to tell you at the end of the video how many I got, because I can't remember how many's in each pot, because I have different size jars. But I got to thinking 2 recipes didn't sound like enough, so I tripled it. And luckily I had, on the nose, enough green tomatoes. The other ones I got over here, there's like maybe 3 that size that are green. The rest of them are already starting to turn. So I couldn't have been more on the money. But, was I going to say something else? I don't think I was going to say something else. So that's what I'm doing. I'm canning green tomato salsa. Just like a salsa verde is chunky. It's not a cooked where it's a sauce. It's got chunks in it like a salsa, but unless they get softer, which I imagine they're going to get a little softer in the canner. So, because I tasted it, and they're not crunchy, they just have texture. So I'm thinking they're absolutely going to soften up some more while they're in the boiling water bath. And so it was really easy to do. Instead of tomatillos, you just use green tomatoes. I will tell you this, if you make it, go for the biggest green tomato you can find, because it'll just make peeling them that much easier. The smallers are hard to hold on to and everything, and the bigger they are, the easier they're going to be. So anyway, alright, well, that's all I'm going to talk about. We will turn around and get started canning. Alright, to start, we're going to peel our tomatoes. Now, from what I read, you can peel a green tomato the same way you can peel a red one. Scoring the bottom with an X, putting it in boiling water. Now, I'm going to core them when I peel them. So, it says about a minute. So, that's what I'm going to do. So, let me get these in there. Okay, now we are going to take them out. And I would normally put them in ice water, but I forgot to buy ice, and our ice maker still broke. So I'm just going to put them in cold water. And I'm only going to do as much as I can cool off at a time, or peel, I should say. I'm going to keep the water over here on simmer and bring it back to the boil when I need it. So let me let these cool off, and then we'll go over here and peel them. Okay, here is the test. Oh, well, it does. Now, it's going to take a while, but that's probably faster than peeling with the knife. Oh, I meant to say I'm going to peel it over the bowl, so if there's any juice, I'll catch it. I don't know. This is definitely faster than peeling with the knife, but it's not fast. So let me see if I can grab it better with this. I wonder if I cored them and scored them, if that would help, because it would get both. Well, that peels pretty good, but I think I'm going to cook them longer. Let me see if my little thing will do a little bit better. did pretty good. I think while I got my hands on, instead of handling them twice, I'm going to go ahead and quarter them, because I'm going to chop these in my food processor. So, let me start on these. Okay, y'all, that newfangled way ain't working for me. It's taking too long to peel it, so I ended up using my knife. So I might as well just stick to using my knife. I just did one, and it's faster. And I'm losing nearly as much peeling it because I still had to cut parts of it. I used my knife to grab it, and so it would still, some of it would come off with the peeling because it had cooked. So this is so much faster. I'm just sticking it old school. Now what I've got here, I was peeling over my bowl and then like flinging my peels over to another bowl, and that was getting kind of tedious because I didn't want to lose any juice. Well, this way I'm not. I'm putting my peelings in here. If there's any juice, it can drain to the bottom because I'm going to add it to the pot. And I can empty this out and keep on getting it. So I'm going to do, I don't know how many I'm going to do. And then I'm going to start processing them. So I'll be back at that point. Okay, I don't know if you can see back here. That's how many I've peeled. I didn't want to, I wanted to test and see how much this is. So I can kind of gauge how much I want to, how much I have to peel. Golly, spit it out. So I just want to chop this and put it in my measuring cup. That will work. Just a couple pulses. And let's see what we got here. Okay, let me hold this up and look. That is 2.5 cups. So I need 7 cups for one recipe. And I don't know if I'll remember to tell you in my intro or not, but I'm tripling this recipe because I got to thinking, I don't think 2 recipes is quite enough. Because it says it only makes 3 pints, and that's only 6 half pints. That's not enough. That looks, I declare that looks like 7 cups. If that ain't 7 cups on the dot, I'll kiss your foot. So now I know how many tomatoes pretty much to peel and cut. About 3/4 of this bowl. So I will do all the tomatoes and then we'll come back and see what's next. Okay, before we start on the onions, I want to show you how much green tomatoes I got. Whew, that's a labor of love right there, honey. I've still got to get 6 cups of onions in this pot. So if I run out of room, which I'm pretty sure I am, I'm going to have to put it in my big counter pot. But for now, I'm going to keep it all in here, at least to keep it together until I cook it. So let me move this. Ugh. Yeah, because I got to give it bubbling up room when it boils. Oh, let me find my knife. There it is. And so I'll probably have to get that counter in here. Now we need 6. Oh my goodness, I'm making a mess already. For tripling it, we need 6 cups of onions. If you're doing one batch, I forgot to tell you, one batch of tomatoes is 7 cups. So if you're only doing one batch, you just need 7 cups of tomatoes. And for one batch, you need 2 cups of onions. That's why we're going to do 6. And I'm going to do them the exact same way. I'm running them through the food processor. I should have my garbage bowl out here, but I'm just out of counter space, I'll tell you. I'm just going to kind of give them a little help. And I'm not going to do a lot at one pass either, because you'll get stuck with those big ones that don't want to process. I'm going to see what 2 onions look like. Okay, let's see how many we get. I'm going to get back here where y'all probably can't see me. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's see what we got out of them 2 onions. If you ask me, it looks like 2 cups. Let me hold it up here and see. It is 2 cups. Before I forget, I got to have some garlic. I need 6 cloves of garlic. Listen, if I don't do it right now, I will start, and this will be sitting right here in front of me. Just trust me. Now I got this little rolling thing, and I don't really do it that well. I am going to cut the ends off. Okay, let's see if I can do it. Did I cut that out? I did. Okay, you're supposed to just roll it and the peelings come off. See, I don't have that. I think my garlic don't look too good. I guess it's peeled. Well, I'm gonna peel those and throw them all in the food processor to go along with the next batch of onions. Okay, there we go. Now that one peeled. That one did good. Okay, let's do another one just for fun. Maybe that other garlic looks so bad because I rolled it to death. I thought it looked old, but I smooshed it. That's what happened. I rolled it to daggum death. Well, I am getting somewhere with that, ain't I? So it's two cloves of garlic per batch. Did I say that? Lord have mercy. Y'all witnessed that. I actually did it. Well, I'm just quite proud of myself because normally I mess it up. Okay. Well, that was fun for me. Probably not for you, but I'm going to get to chopping my onions now. Before we move on to this step, I want to remind you that you can add, and I did, look, I had to get my big counter pot. There was no way it was fitting in that other one. You add as many hot peppers of whatever kind you like, finely chopped, to your salsa. I am adding, as you know, if you know me, 0. Now, I never get tired of showing you the cilantro trick. This was a game changer for me. I need a half a cup of finely chopped cilantro per batch. So I'm going to need a cup and a half. So I'm going to use my handy dandy little Pioneer Woman cups here. That'll be perfect. So I've already washed them and let them dry. Just leave them in the bunch. Take you a fork. And you're going to get some stems. It's going to happen. But just take you a fork and start raking through. See how it's raking those leaves off? Like I said, you'll get some stems, but the stems you get are far less than if you picked every one of these off yourself, because I'm not doing it. And once I learned this trick, you're not catching me pull cilantro off. So when you do that side, just flip it over. If there's anything left on this side, get it too. Okay, then that is done. Let's see how much. And it says loosely packed, so we don't want to just pack it down in there. So I'm going to start with one bunch. I bought two because I really wasn't sure. So I'm going to start with just one bunch. Okay, that would be good enough. All right. I wish I could chop like them people on TV. I'd cut off a finger. I'd probably cut off a hand. And I am not good at chopping. This smells so good. I know some people say it smells and tastes like soap to them. So if it does, just leave it out of yours. If you still like green salsa, and let's say you can't find any at the store that have cilantro in it, well, here you go. Make your own. You don't have to do it in as big a scale as I'm doing. And I've got my jars warming. But I didn't want to start cooking this until I get my cilantro chopped, because this goes in after it cooks just a tad. And I wanted to have it ready because we got to stir this to keep it from sticking. So let's see. Let's see if I can scoop some up like this. Oh yeah, I needed, I hope I have enough. I'll just have to use what I got. If it's not a cup and a half, I'll still have what I have. So let me do this. Now I have all my tomatoes and onions and garlic in here. If I see any big chunks while I'm cooking, I'll take it out. For one batch, you need a half a cup of lime juice, bottled lime juice. So I've got a cup and a half. Now it says if this is too tart for you, you can add sugar. So I will be tasting it. Oh, there is a, oh, that's an onion. I thought that was a piece of garlic. That's fine. We're going to bring this up to the ball. And let's see, let me see, do I have to cook it? No, once it comes up to the ball, then we'll add in our cilantro. And it says to constantly stir it so it doesn't stick, but I don't think it's going to, but I will stir it frequently at any rate. Okay, I'm going to go with this gentle ball because I tasted it. We need 3 teaspoons of salt. Let's go ahead and add that in there. Cannon salt, 3 teaspoons cannon salt. That's 1 teaspoon per batch. And then we add in our cilantro. But you're supposed to bring it up to the ball, which it is balling. I'm just wanting a gentle one to begin with because I tasted it And it 100% needs sugar. It's too tart for me. So I want to make sure that I get the sugar dissolved. And it did need salt. I hope that's enough, what I just added, because what I tasted absolutely did need salt. Now, I'm going to just go with my gut. I got my sugar jar over here. I'm going to go with a 1/4 cup per, and if that's too sweet, then that's on me. But it's rather twangy, let me tell you. It's beyond twangy. It's tart. Because you know, lime juice, green tomatoes, all that's tart. Well, make sure that it's all good and dissolved, and taste it, and it's where I want it. Then we need to boil it for 3 minutes. I think that's good. Let me give it a little taste test here. Much better. It's got that tartness to it, but that sugar was just enough to knock away the strongness of that lime juice. So I'm gonna let this come back up to the boil, which it shouldn't be too far, and boil it for 3 minutes. Okay, it has boiled 3 minutes, and I've turned the heat off. It's time to can, so we're gonna slide over here. Let me get you fixed with this beautiful camera work I'm working on here. So I've just brought 6 jars. I'm going to start with these 12-ounce. Pint's just too big. I'm going to start with these 12-ounce jars and fill all the ones of those I have, and then start on my 4-ounce jars. I think I have 8 of these, but I feel like I made 2 canners. Oh, I didn't see my headspace. Hold on. 1/2-inch headspace. I made 2 canners of jars, warmed up 2 canners, because I felt like it was going to make more than it said. Let me see, is that a 1/2-inch? Yeah. So I've got these 12-ounce jars, and I got the little 4-ounce jars. Oh, let me just, I'll do them all at one time. Okay, we're going to wipe these off, and I do multiple jars because there's no way under the shining sun. Oh, let me bubble them first. These things are going to cool off before they go back to the canner. So I don't have any issues doing multiple jars, in case some of you are wondering. Listen, in the old days, this wouldn't even be going to a water bath canner. This would get a hot lid, and it would set until it pinged. Because I'm telling you, I tell you every time I can, that's how I was trained. That's how we ate. That's how Mama did it. So that's how I learned. That's the only way I've ever done it until this year. We're 61 and 62 years old. Well, he's almost 61. And I'm 62, so that tells you something. You know what I mean? Okay, let's get our little lids. jar's hot. I'm telling you, you ain't got no troubles putting no cold jar in that hot water. Okay, so I'm going to go in there. Whoo, boy, that's hot. I'm going to go put those in the canner. They do a boiling water bath for 20 minutes. And I'll just be back when they're done. I am all done. I ended up with 8 12-ounce jars. These right here. And 12 4-ounce jars. So I got 20 jars of my salsa. So I'm very happy with it. Isn't it pretty? I think it is just beautiful. Okay, well, that does it for me. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm not sure when you're seeing this, so I'll see you when I see you.